Hello, everyone. Long time no see. Welcome back to the main event. You're here with me, Daniel.
And Aaron.
First of all, if there's a bit of lag between myself and Aaron, or if it seems like I'm cutting over Aaron, I promise you I'm not being obnoxious. There just seems to be some sort of delay on our end. Not sure what it is. Just with the voices, never mind. Aaron, it's been so long. How are you? And how is the baby?
They were just in America for the last 3 weeks. And so all three of them. So I was home alone. But she just came back and she like growing so much in them 3 weeks, but absolutely doing amazing. So
And
yeah.
How's the other baby doing?
How about
How's the other
yourself? How was
child
your
doing?
Christmas?
We're so
For some
late on
reason,
each other
whenever
here.
she sees me, she reenacts Mufasa's death scene.
Oh, okay, nice.
I don't know what's going on. Like, um, but yeah, she keeps reenacting Mufasa's death scene. So I've got to pretend to die, and she laughs. So one of the most traumatic experiences of everyone's childhood, and she's laughing about it. So that's my child.
Psychopath. Psychopath. In answer to your
People saying
earlier
hi.
question, hello, Abdul here. Rimsha Rafi. Hi, Lewis. You'll be getting a mention very, very shortly. Yeah, in answer to your earlier question, Aaron, Christmas was fine. I had fake COVID, so I wasn't very well. Then the new year was good. And since then, it's just been fine. Life's been fine. Life's been all right. You can catch me on the Gallagher Shots FPL show weekly. Me and Matt have been doing that. And you will be able to see, well, not see at all, you'll be able to hear me with Lewis. That's going to be Sunday night this week, I believe. So tomorrow night, we are going to be doing our first previews for the Champions League together. Also, for everyone else, Aaron and I are going to record one podcast immediately after this. So don't think that we stink if we've got the same clothes on. I'm not changing my t-shirts. And then I believe tomorrow we're going to record a second one. Just because of the amount of games that each team has, I have underestimated how long it takes to research them. Thankfully, I've been keeping up with some of the big boys and, some teams like Napoli, so they were pretty easy. But there's been some surprise packages. Frankfurt aren't terrible anymore. Who would have thought? So I had to do a little bit more research on them than I anticipated. But obviously for today, what we're going to do is Aaron and I are just going to have a catch up if we can. If the gaps in between me speaking and him hearing aren't too long, we will try and have a bit of a catch up. And we're just going to discuss basically how we're feeling going into the second half of the season, any little plans that we're going to have, nothing too in depth, just a sort of general feeling where we are. And then what we've got ahead is the draw for the round of 16 of the main event Champions League. So that's going to come pretty fast. We're not going to do it how everyone else does it, where you've got 40 minutes of build up for 5 seconds worth of action. We'll be doing it in 5 or 10 minutes. But like I say, all the juicy content is going to be coming once we've got these previews sorted. Can you put Lewis's comment back up there? I wasn't able to read it whilst I was yabbering away. Still work much for us, but yes, there are perks, Lewis. Never ever forget that you just get to do this for a job, whereas us peasants have to work for a living and then do this in our spare times. So yeah, it's been a stressful few days trying to get all this sorted, I'll be honest. Aaron, back to you. I've talked long enough. How are you feeling about how the first half of the season went? Got any plans, any thoughts on how the second half's going to go in general, not necessarily looking at specific players or anything like that? Aaron has frozen entirely. Oh, I've frozen entirely. Not too sure which one's which. I'm going to go with Aaron's frozen.
It's not going well.
Right. I'm going to assume that Aaron's frozen and that everyone can hear me. If you can put in, actually, just pointless putting in the comments because Aaron's the one that shows me all the comments. So I will keep talking until Aaron can say, Aaron, is it you or me that's freezing? Are you aware? Aaron's gone. Hopefully he's going to come back. So my plans moving forward with the season. So at the minute, I think I'm around about 10k or something like that, which isn't where I want to be. But there are so many more people playing this game than there historically has been. So I think we've got to take that into account. Also, there's a lot more content out there. So I think trying to get these little margins on opportunities that sometimes not that many people know about, whereas players across Europe, everyone seems to have heard of them. There seems to be less gems nowadays. And again, I think it's because there's so many great content creators out there. We've got a couple in this round of 16 as well, and that's no surprise. Unfortunately, Aaron and I aren't in the round of 16. So it's important, obviously, to remember so that everyone is on a little bit more of an even keel, that I got less of an advantage because now more people listen to us. Anything that I say and anything that Aaron says and anything that Lewis says gets passed on to more people now. So I think what's more important is trying to have an overall game plan. And my game plan is going to be, because I don't have any chips left, is trying to have from the get-go players that are likely to go further in the competition, take less risk in the earlier stages. I think the round of 16 is the last opportunity for risk. So I think it's important to take a couple of measured risks, which we will discuss in our preview podcasts. But generally, it's about who's getting through this round, but also who do you think is also going to get through the round after that? And that can be based on how historically the teams do, how historically well they do. It can also be how well they're performing at the moment. So at the minute, we know some brilliant teams are not performing well. And actually, this round of 16 looks really, really interesting when you look at the form of so many of the players. A lot of them are not doing well at all. Some teams that have qualified really well in the groups have now dropped off. Some of them that weren't outstanding in the groups have now gotten a bit better. And I think however we felt when this draw was made, or even sort of after match day 6, I think a lot of people's opinions would have changed. Some big injuries. So it's going to be important to grapple with that. One thing that I did poorly last year in the knockouts was try to be too different, to go against the grain. We've talked before about the importance of differentials, not as players, but as combinations. And I think sometimes having template players that are together becomes a differential in itself in this game, because everyone's sort of trying to gain an edge elsewhere, that actually by having all of the big boys, you can often do well with that. My Muller over Benzema debacle of last season, I think, is borderline famous now. So less of that. Try to go safe with picks, but like it's almost like playing the house. When if you go to a casino, the house generally wins. What I want to be doing is behaving like the house, in allowing other people that want to overtake my rank or maintain their rank, allow them to take the risk and lose. That's sort of how I want to play the game. So Aaron's still not back. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't even know if I'm still live. I might just be speaking to myself. So I'm going to assume that we're still live, and I'm going to do the draw. Aaron, you're back.
I don't know what was kind of going. I was trying to connect the laptop to my hotspot, but I was able to listen to the entire thing, and it seems to be all right now.
Yes. Can you hear me straight away as well?
Yeah, like I didn't even disconnect from the stream. I just took myself off camera. So
Perfect. That was difficult just talking to myself for
yeah,
10
you did
minutes.
well. You did well.
How you do? So what's your plans? Where you at? What are you going to do?
So thanks to Matchday 6 Heroics, for once I'm ahead of you. Not by much, but I'll take any victory that comes. I'm only 6 points ahead of you. So I am 14,136 in the world, 419 in England, and 125 in Milan. So
Well done.
in terms of plans, I've had so many I've had so many different kinds of I guess just like when you're at the start of FPL and you've got like your photos is just full of different kind of teams and stuff like that. It's just filled with teams and teams performing, some just not performing anymore has really thrown off. So and injuries as well as really throwing it off. So I am still just. I'm hoping this podcast can help me, to be honest.
Yeah, but maybe not this particular live stream, but yeah, the
No, not
podcast
this one.
itself, I'm hoping we can clear some things up. There's been lots of interesting findings, some bizarre players have came into form. It's it's going to be weird. It's going to be strange. I think it's going to be one of our stranger previews, most likely. Should we get into the groups? Should we get into these draws? Well, I think you're going to go through a little recap of where everyone finished. Is that right?
Yeah, just nice and brief. Although the controversy starts straight away. So Group A, FPL Austria finished top with 10 points, and then Abdul and Rajvir finished both on 9, point difference of -9, but somehow Abdul finished second and progressed.
Yes,
So
we're not sure how that happened other than the fact that Abdul runs this. So I will expect to be stood right next to the Manchester City Board of Directors in a tribunal regarding this. We haven't conducted an internal investigation, and we will be trying to hinder any investigations moving forward.
I mean, all the work he puts into these spreadsheets and stuff like that, maybe he deserves it.
Yeah, he gets a bonus. He gets a bonus goal difference for that.
In Group B, Silent Bats, Ahmed Ashme, and Punts and Points Vincent, they progressed both on 12, so that one was pretty clear. Group C, FPL Reactions, obviously with the massive point difference of plus 144. Absolutely destroyed everyone in that group. 15 points. And then Viali finished second on 9. He progressed on point difference above JPCC Silver. Group D, Lewis B. Lewis, apparently. I'm sure he's French as well. So
Louis.
12 points, and FF Titans progressed on 9 thanks to point difference, and FPL Rossoneri was knocked out. So we're going to have a new champion because he only had point difference of 2. Group E, Obe had 15 points, and Natesh had 12 points, so they both progressed from there. Group F, Francois, he had 12 points, and Nathan had 12 points, so they progress from their group. Group G, Samia Sizzlers, who is also watching the podcast, 15 points, and Kevin Wolf, the OG himself, 9 points progressed. And Group H, a valiant effort on my part, but UCL Bielsa absolutely dominated this group, 15 points, and Ori Travo, 9, my arch nemesis, after finishing third.
I feel like there should have been a pay-per-view, that one.
But that's kind of the quick and dirty.
The quick and dirty. I've never heard that phrase before. You're meant to be a religious man, Aaron. Phil. So what I've got here in my left hand is pot 1. In my right hand, 2 left hands, got 2 left feet, is pot 2.
We don't know what's in the other hand.
They are seeded. So, Aaron, you got something to write down? If you don't, I mean, I can write it down as well. Just take a bit longer. But you got like...
Yeah, I can write it down.
Okay. So, first person. Dun, da, da, da. Louis B. I don't think you can actually see that. Oh, there we go. Jean-Claude Van Dijk. So Louis is doing unbelievable. Shows like
Again.
third in the world at one point this season. So watch out for him. Future great, I believe, is going to play Nathan.
Oh.
Dan's second team, doing better than Dan's first team. Next up, we have Francois, who's your daddy, who I believe is from our rival show. So congratulations, Tim, for getting through. Beating, I think he was in my group, actually, potentially. Maybe. One of them was. One of them, actually, I think it was Vincent.
Vincent was, yeah.
Vincent, wasn't it? We'll be playing FF Titans. Cheeky little Twitter handle on that one as well.
The production value is
unmatched. Of course, these all have been validated. Here we go. Someone doesn't want to draw this person. It's Lewis.
Oh.
FPL React.
I think he has paused his highlights for this.
My spaces compadre.
Actually, probably not. He's probably not watched it. He's probably not stopped his highlights for this.
We'll play. I am so sorry. Abdul.
Oh.
Things have just got messy.
he's commented.
Ditcher that I pulled there, sorry. Next.
That's when you know it's serious. You treat this competition serious when he pauses.
We've got
all right.
Ashmawi, Silent Bats. I think was in my group as well. I think top my group, off the top of my head. Yeah, Lewis, you're absolutely shafted because we all know Abdul's a cheat. So
yeah,
I don't
against
know.
The house.
You're already on -12 worth of hits with Abdul counting. We'll be playing
all them unlimited transfers. All of a sudden, -4.
Yeah, Abdul's got 10 wildcards. Victoria's Secret. Nitesh. Phenomenal player. Next up, we have, again, someone doesn't want this player. FPL Milanista, which is Obey. Outrageous player. Check out their rank history and feel ashamed of your own. We'll play Samir Sizzlers. Is this right? I think I've done something wrong here, you know, Aaron. Ooh, I've made a mistake here, Aaron.
Recount.
Oof. Can you go back? And I think I pulled out some tier 1s here, you know. I think
tier 1s against each other.
Yes. Just go back and double check that. I mean, Milanista. Definitely.
I mean, Abdul says it's wrong.
Yes, that's wrong. Thanks, Abdul. Tell us what's right. Were they both tier 1s? Yes, I did. I knew I did. So did I pull out? I pulled out Samir first, didn't I?
Yeah, put Sizzlers back.
So
just
do I
wait
have
for the Super League and
yeah, I know this is
the production value of this will go up.
I know. Milanista. So got Milanista. Was playing who?
It was Sizzlers. He is very relieved, though.
I don't know what I've done here.
So it was Obey first. So you need to pick who he's against, and then you draw again, and that's who Sizzler Samir is against.
I've still got odd. So right, I've just mixed these up again, so I can't see anything. So I've now got too many in part one. So we'll just have to figure this out. I'm so sorry, everyone. Right. Obey players, punts and points, Vincent.
Okay. Perfect. And now this is who Samir is against, or Sizzlers.
Got it.
So it's from part 2 again.
So this is who Sizzlers is against.
Yeah.
The boys, Kevin Wolf.
Nice. So there should be 2 fixtures left.
2 fixtures left. Right, okay. This makes sense. We're back to it. We've got Bielsa's Babes at UCL Bielsa. So no one wants to play UCL Bielsa because they are an absolute tank on this. Versus Ari.
Oh.
And then we've got FPL Austria.
FPL Austria.
Versus the only person left. Former winner, the Arlie.
Good stuff.
Sorry about
Abdul is saying that Bielsa and Ori Travo are from the same group, which were my group, but we didn't specify that this year, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They're part 1, part 2. They're just against each other.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't.
We're lucky that the draw got completed at this stage.
Like that's the thing. Like you need supercomputers and stuff, and I mean last year I didn't have that Wheel of Fortune thing, and
it just kept picking a different color every time, and you could just guess who the next one was going to be.
And it slowed down the stream and everything else, and obviously trying to do like a pot.
I don't know what our excuse is for this one.
So
the slow stream.
Yes, really. So that's been drawn. Happy days. So Aaron and I are now going to go and record a preview podcast, which we do actually know what we're doing for those, thankfully. Our bread and butter.
We just need Abdul on next time.
Yeah, Abdul to sort everything out. But I didn't think Abdul would be awake in India. It's, what, 7:45 at night here? Something like that? Nearly 8 o'clock? It's actually after. Is it after 8? It's after 8. And how many hours ahead is India? 5, 6?
I can ask Siri or Alexa.
I don't think we need the exact. So we're going to jump on. We're going to do some previews now. Aaron, when do you think these previews are going to be out by?
I'm hoping at some point during, like, in the build-up to the Super Bowl.
I don't even know when's the Super Bowl for people that
tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, tomorrow night is what I'm hoping. So probably while you are, it'll be out tomorrow.
Be out by sometime tomorrow. Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining. Sorry about the hiccup with me just being a complete and utter bell end, basically. So we will see you for those previews. Obviously, Aaron and I will be doing previews all the time now for the rest of the season. So you'll be able to see us Sundays or Mondays when we do our previews. We'll be back to doing a match reaction either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or both, depending on how we're feeling. They'll be live streams as ever. So thankfully, we'll be back for those as well. We've heard people like those, and they're a bit more popular than they were last year, according to feedback. So we're going to keep on doing those as well. As I've already mentioned, if you follow Fantasy Football Scout on Twitter, Lewis and I will be doing more spaces. Like I say, it'll be tomorrow for the spaces for the preview. Moving forward, I'm not sure whether it'll be Sunday or Monday nights, but obviously Lewis and I will make sure everyone's aware with plenty of time before we commit to any data times for that. Thank you so much for watching this one, nice and short, and we will see you for those previews tomorrow night. Bye now.